Go!
Good evening, good afternoon. This is Dr. Shiraz Farooq and Sydney Farooq
Hey, how's it going?
at DaBootyDoc Talk at Colorado, America. Tonight, here we are.
Almost Friday. Can't wait. So yes, we're just finished up the day in the office, and we were talking about our topic all day, which is
Colonoscopy 101.
101.
Why are we talking about the Cancer Awareness Month all over America? There's a blue tide coming, and we of colorectal cancer and try to get checked. That's the answer.
So the purpose of the DaBootyDoc Talk show is to educate you guys and have frank conversations.
Very much. That's the symbol.
That means that we're going to educate you a little bit. Of course, you know, we got our best advice, but if you need real, go to your doctor.
Correct. Thank you. This is an entertainment show. We're here to educate and make you laugh, maybe just a little bit, tiny bit. Yeah, I mean, the humor has to flow, you know.
Especially when you're talking.
Butts are us. That's what I say. You know, we are in the talking about health and how do you stay healthy. So we thought and the gut is probably one of the most important things that we can do.
Yeah.
So DaBootyDoc Talk.
Colonoscopy, that's for men and women. No one's alone. To both of you guys out there. So we want to make sure, you know, it's part of everyone's as you age. So let's dive into our topic.
Are you sure you want to just dive in? Preparation, you know, and think about what we're gonna do.
I see what you're getting at here. Well, what is a colonoscopy?
So colonoscopy is a procedure that is where we insert a mechanical device that has a camera at the other end, and that passes through the anus, passes through the rectum, passes through the rear, and sometimes we enter a little bit of the small intestine also, and then we slowly pull it back. We can take a video. Sometimes we can biopsy the area. We biopsy out. Sometimes we can remove some things. So it's a test to look in. No different than when you go to an ENT doctor and he makes you go say, open your mouth, and the old-fashioned way was they put a tongue depressor inside. Now they may have a camera with a thing inside. So,
and I think they put you to sleep for that now too.
For ENT, I haven't been to an ENT.
I meant if you were getting a camera scope.
Camera scope. Yes. Yeah. So that's part of what we do. We put the patient to sleep for that also.
So pretty simply, colonoscopy.
It is also a screening test.
And even, I think more importantly.
What's the difference between a screening test and a diagnostic test, you may ask me?
Well, if you ask your insurance money.
That's a good point. Yes, sir. So insurance companies have issues, perhaps, for that, but
this is actually really good. With colonoscopy, that's one of the main things. Patients kind of assume that because it's routine, but it definitely depends on your situation. So that's something to look into.
And that information, or your doctor for that. Yeah. Hey guys, how are you?
Anyone joining us?
Please let us know where you guys are joining in from. That would be helpful.
Or if you have a good question.
Correct. We could take a question and maybe able to answer to you personally afterwards. The show where we are just giving information and trying to make people under your gut health. So the DaBootyDoc, Dr. Shiraz Farooq, I'm a board certified and a general surgeon, and my spouse, Sydney Farooq, who's an artist. When she manages my entire life. So I'm very excited about being, and we're here to help each other.
Yes.
That's our motto.
So if I'm coming to colonoscopy, then what does the procedure involve?
Well, you have to be a certain age to get a colonoscopy. Now, the interesting part is that recently, as of last year or the year before, the screening age was dropped from 5 years.
Wait, that means you're overdue.
Mm-hmm. And I'm getting it done next. No, come on. Anyway, so age 45 and above, if you are asymptomatic, meaning you don't have abdominal pain, don't have bleeding, don't have nothing. You walk into your primary care doctor's office, commissioner's office, and you ask them, can I get my butt checked? And they will say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. We can definitely do that for you. It's called a colonoscopy. Now, there's a lot.
And it's as simple as that. I mean, a reason to get a colonoscopy. The reason is that it's routine at a certain age. So time they don't have symptomology of any kind. They're simply just calling to start the process of getting best to go through a gastroenterologist, or some proctologist may offer the service.
Or a general surgeon in some cases. So there's various doctors who are able to perform and are technically facile to do that. So that's part of the process. So before that, you have to make an appointment with a doctor, or go there, fill out some paperwork, which I will be doing very soon also. Informing you guys as a patient how that is done, so I can learn the journey and give it up to tell you that next month.
Also trying to harass my dad, who is like 60, that he says he feels fine. So if you have someone in your family like this, it's totally encourage them. You know, maybe it takes you getting one yourself, like we're gonna do for, and he can inspire other people too. Or maybe you've seen stories. I see celebrities have done it. Who did it?
A lot of people.
You guys, you guys probably.
I don't watch a lot of TV and movies, but I know a lot about, and people in various social positions are trying to leverage people and their peeps and tell them that the guys get checked.
They wouldn't screen. They wouldn't lower the screening age if there were a difference of it.
Yeah. So that is a
good indication.
That's another big deal. Rectal cancer and anal cancer is on the increase in America, and we are finding it in younger aged people in age 40. So very recently, the big wigs and the government people realized to get more people in the program, do a colonoscopy where we can look inside the colon and help them.
Because it's such a great screening tool, they realize that colon cancer.
Yes, number two.
It changes, but it's one of the top 3 cancers.
Colorectal cancer is number 2. And you go number 2, yes, and you have some problems, you need to go see a butt doctor or a gut doctor.
At the age.
Yes.
Now, what happens during the procedure? I'm curious. I hear a lot about it.
My perspective is that after you have talked to your primary care doctor and they have physical examination, history taking, then they will recommend you to go see a specialist a colonoscopy procedure. So you will then go to surgery center. It can also be done in doctor's offices, or it can be done and you will
doctor's office only if they're equipped with that.
Correct.
So,
and these tests are done in hospitals and surgery centers mostly. So you will make it book. For that booking, you will give them your insurance information and pay. Some insurances still charge for a colonoscopy. My government wants this to be free and available to most Americans. So a lot are able to help if you are asymptomatic.
That's right.
Which basically means issues, no problems, no.
So if you say you have
that is a symptom.
it's a symptom.
If you have abdominal pain, if you have rectal pain, that make this a diagnostic test, meaning that now you have a problem and find out what's going on.
And after and everything, so then what kind of process?
So then there is the scheduling part. So proctologists and colorectal surgeons are booked out many months. So if you're planning to have a colonoscopy 4 or 5 months, you may require that time frame to get the test done. So get the booking done. Don't forget about it. Put multiple alarms. Tell everybody about cancel because it's very difficult to get that on.
Tell everyone around you you're getting a colonoscopy.
Because that's enforcement. That will allow others to encourage you, make you remember, make you miserable too. and they shouldn't shame you. They should. You're undergoing this important test.
Very important.
Correct. So they are. No, before that, let's rewind a little bit. Before a medicine.
Yeah, we definitely want to go there first.
That you want. That's the biggest scare that everybody has at the night before. I'm kidding, not Christmas. The night before colonoscopy. Sounds like Christmas, but hell. What happens is that night, the night before, you will be given medicine, ingest, or take a pill or pills, and these will make you have a lot of poop, a lot of poop, and you will clean and flush. No
so
sugar coating.
Expect half your day before, and luckily your doctor, and he does your procedure early in the morning.
Correct. I wake up very, very early, so I can be. Most of our patients and most everywhere, we like to get the preparation done overnight. So if patients they drink fluids, very important. Stay hydrated.
And lots of fluids. In fact, you're on a clear liquid diet. So essentially, you fast clear liquids until you start your medication in the evening, different doses, so you don't get it all at once. You'll be up all night. You can't eat anything after midnight or until you have the procedure. So the next day you're still the procedure, and that's why we do it early in the morning.
And what happens is that when you drink, it allows you to your bowels to move, and all your food and the food that you had in your body beforehand, and it comes out in various waves. And sometimes we split. You get a medicine, half the dose, maybe around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then another dose. So then, in between the two doses, your intestines are clean. Your body, and that flushes you, makes you feel better.
And if you don't do this part right, because they're not going to perform a procedure on rectum that they can't.
Please listen to your doctors. Listen to the instructions that every wants you to hear. That is, follow the instructions.
Very important.
Drink the fluids and make sure that you are clean. Okay, that means take a dietary regimen, maybe 1 or 2 days before, staying on a lighter diet so you don't stuff yourself too much. Don't
gorge yourself in the morning.
Yeah.
To try to save up for the rest of the day.
I want to have a steak sandwich. The thing is a steak sandwich.
We have steak and eggs sometimes.
Okay, don't eat a steak sandwich. Heavy meal.
Right.
Eat light. than the day before. And some of these medicines, their names are
Go lightly.
Go Lightly, New Lightly,
Go lightly.
Half Lightly. Make it
Play a little
easier. I
mind.
mean, the pharma is trying to say, hey, take it easy.
No, it's talking to you. Jay Bent, I was reading your comments, I was laughing.
So we're humorous
They're giving us
guys.
a
So
hard time.
thank you.
Well, okay, so now we're day of the procedure.
The procedure.
What?
Hold on. Let me tell you the whole thing. Okay, so while you're okay, and you're cursing your doctor and you're cursing your mom and your dad and everybody around you, you have toilet paper, clean yourself, drink lots of fluids, stay hydrated.
Where
I mean,
are you
like,
going with this?
let me tell you, I've had many patients who don't stay hydrated enough. Hydration is very important. So you make sure that you're hydrated completely. Okay, and then you can get some sleep.
When?
A few hours.
Before
the procedure. Okay. And then you'll wake up early morning. You're gonna be thirsty. You're gonna be
You
wanting
can't
to
drink or eat anything.
eat something or drink anything except take your medicines that your doctor
Is this like some
can
kind of
provide.
cruel trick that
Very
doctors
simple. No, it's simple.
It's not that bad. It's bad, but you don't want to do it twice. So get it done, do it right.
Yeah, we're trying to tell people it's easy to do. So you don't have a hearty breakfast or drink a lot of fluids in the morning of and fast, except you can take your medicines according to your doctor. Then you come to the hospital, you've already paid your bills, somebody's dropped you, you've said, then you're going to meet the anesthesiology team. They're going to poke you with a needle.
Like needles?
No, not necessarily. When I was a kid, I ran away from school. Gave me a shot. Yes, that happened. Kindergarten. First grade.
Did you run all the way home?
I did, and
You
they came
did?
after me. They came after me, and they said that I needed to get the vaccine. So they made my mom bring me out.
You almost for refusing a vaccine when he was 5 years old. Great.
I'm not a vaccine denier. I'm telling you. Okay.
So
You will get poked, and you will get an IV start. It'll be difficult to get an IV because you may be dehydrated. So that is something.
Part of the reason why.
My goal is to tell some of the thought process that goes in. So maybe hurt, maybe not. But the IV will be in your arm, where anesthesia team will put an IV in. That intravenous fluid, and that also
So
gives
they
you the
immediately get
medicine.
you on the hydration.
And the medicine. So that's the medicine that will allow you to go to La La Land.
La La Land?
Yes. Or somebody like me. So
Now, do you see your doctor before?
sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And that depends on the situation and the
So you should have had all the information you need. The staff's there taking care of you. You don't require any.
You put on a gown with your butts hanging out, and then you're laying. You have an IV inside you, and you're scared, and you're like praying. Then you go in under anesthesia. There are machines beeping, blood pressure, IVs are started, and you are off to sleep.
How long does it take?
Sometimes longer, sometimes less. It's a short sleep, but anesthesia and the patient sleep they get. I have not had that, so I will let you know.
And to clarify, to fall asleep, you answered how long the procedure takes.
So in the that were twilight zone, and our patients sometimes got to sleep. Somehow the medicine has gotten a little better, and most of the patients can be sleepy very easily. And there are variations, obviously.
There are different types of anesthesia, so that's and going to be put under. Yes, but you're not intubated.
Yes, intubated.
True.
Because
You can be.
your airway is safe, and it's like
You can be shaken out of it.
yes, you can be shaken out of it. You're breathing on your own, most of breathing. You're laying on your side, and then the doctor comes in with a snake. Did I say snake? Yeah, it looks like a black snake device that has multiple channels on it. It has a channel for suction, a channel for passing a catheter or a tube, which can pinch and do a foot or a snare or other devices. And this tube on a camera, which then you're seeing, you then you have it go through the different curves all the way to the end.
And you're kind of familiar shapes of the colon too, like you know where you are.
Correct. Most of the time we can tell anatomy, different problems that can be difficult, but we can pass the scope. Then sometimes we remove some specimens and then we come up.
In there, do you always remove it or do you leave it?
Sometimes we leave it. It's very large. If it's something that cannot be done at the same time or needs further
more risk.
Sometimes we take it out, and we can biopsy it also, and that it is going to a lab where a scientist, doctor is going to give you a report back that look, these are the findings, A, B, or C.
Is that the same day as the procedure?
It may take up to a week sometimes less, but
so it's physically getting sent to a lab.
Correct. Removed, sent to another lab, then you will get a report back from your doctor or your nurse practitioner about what happened to you.
Okay.
So then you wake up, a lot of gas.
Because they insert air in you, right?
Because, yeah, so when you have to insufflate the colon and you have to go through it, and then you, so
don't be embarrassed when you fart in front of your doctor.
No, we have nowadays N95, K95 masks.
If you check his social media, you might see him in the space.
I have done that.
He is also a certified astronaut. You didn't have to say it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
So you wake up, recovery room. Most of the time you're doing really well.
Do you see your doctor?
Sometimes you may be under, you may not remember. Now the biggest thing I want to tell you here, do not drive. Yeah, but please don't even risk it.
Try it.
Don't try it. Don't even drive. Don't even ride a bike. Have somebody take you home. Rest. And then go and have your. Why does everybody want steak? What about eggplant?
Ooh, is that what we're having tonight?
Vegetables are very good also, guys. Fiber is so important.
You didn't.
I have to bring up fiber.
This is not planned.
No, it's not. But fiber, after your colonoscopy, do yourself a favor. Go have a delicious
fiber-filled meal.
Fiber-filled meal.
All right, before we run out of time.
We will thank you. Why am I saying? Because you just did a massive clean out of your colon.
Sure.
And the bacteria eradicated. You want to give them healthy bacteria from the very beginning.
And if you watched our last, that the fiber, especially coming from flaxseed, is good prebiotics. So it helps grow and support the good bacteria already in your body.
So you take prebiotics and probiotics and get them back inside you so that
All right. I don't want us to run out of time because we're getting there, actually. Something that's so important because people are going to say, why do I need this procedure? You're over the age of 45 because
colorectal cancer is
the risk benefit.
Okay, so the benefits of a colonoscopy are find out if there's something wrong with you. If there are something that can be taken out or can be imaged or biopsied. So it serves as a test to look for colorectal cancer, colorectal inflammation, disease, and other problems. So you may not as a screening test, but as a diagnostic test for a disease like ulcerative colitis or some other itis, okay? Or you may require a colonoscopy just because genetics or family history, etc.
So my benefit is I can, or most importantly, save myself from cancer if you find something precancerous.
The last few minutes, I want to talk about one more thing. There is, so these are the bleeding, perforation, injury, abdominal pain, and anesthesia. Rare. Don't worry about these. The other part I wanted to talk to you about, guys, there's also other diagnostic and screening tests available to detect colorectal are encouraged by us.
Are some over the counter?
No, they are prescribed by doctors. There's a fecal immunochemical test called FIT. The better test is a DNA test. So where you can
play with it.
No, you're not playing with proof. You're at home and that your doctor writes you a prescription, the company mails you open the box, and then you take your proof and you put it, a little bit of it in a sample, seal it, cover it up.
Sounds like an at-home science experiment.
It is kind of. So then you hide away the evidence and ship it out.
You spit bomb.
Like a cat, yeah. Then what you do is, the lab, who then checks you and tells you you're at high risk, you have something, and you do not need a colonoscopy. So this is a radical new thing, guys, that is coming to people. And there's a big uproar about it, that whether people should get this or not. Okay, it's a test which can help. There's a lot of people that are not getting checked.
At least, at the minimum, do something like that.
So ask your doctor, a candidate for a Cologuard like DNA test, would you qualify for a colonoscopy? Okay, there are certain benefits to colonoscopy,
and this is probably an argument amongst proctologists.
Correct, but the good part is that, okay, then you can remove it at the same time. For example, if you have a DNA test, you need a colonoscopy, then you gotta go ahead and get a colonoscopy. But a year later, sometimes patients wait a long time. So they delay the pathology. So that's one of the arguments. So whatever the case is, your proctologist, gastroenterologist, your primary care doctor, your nurse practitioner, your provider, and please get checked, get screened.
That's right. So remember, Rectal Cancer Awareness Month.
Correct. And we want to prevent and have less people have colorectal cancer, guys. It's a bad thing to have.
So, and look in your community. You can participate in every month for different things. I know colorectal cancer is one of the, there's usually a walk in the community.
Correct. Various communities all over America in the month together, and
color is blue.
They're trying to paint the whole to tell everybody, please get checked, get a colonoscopy, get a diagnostic test.
Find some testimonials from patients.
And lastly, forget fiber.
Right.
Because prevention is better than cure. You find yourself getting colorectal cancer in the long run.
Exactly, because we didn't talk about in our talk. What you eat is probably contributing to
a lot of things.
What's being developed and problems.
Talk, guys. We are frank, easy conversations with Sydney and Shiraz, husband and wife. We're here to help you guys get better and
live better, happy. So
Yeah.
make sure you check us out. Give us some inquiries. How old do you think Dr. Farooq is? Maybe recommend going to do his colonoscopy. I asked him if he could do it by himself. But
No, doctors can't do that.
so
Thank you so much. We
Yeah.
will see you next week.
next Thursday
The
at 7.
DaBootyDoc Talk.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.